Right, can I do this without you barking now? Yeah? Right. Okay, quick video that I've clearly tried making a few times. Just show you what I have just worn on my bike today. I don't wear loads of specific mountain biking gear or cycling gear, so I just thought I'd just show you that you don't need all the fancy stuff. You don't need to spend all the money on the expensive brands, and you can get away with most things. And I'm no biking snob or poser, so I just thought I'd show you what I wear. We'll start with the boxers and socks. Nothing fancy. Some free socks I got from somewhere, and some fairly sort of like tight boxer shorts. I would say that you can buy the fancy kind of sealskin socks and stuff if you're concerned about getting your feet wet. You can get thicker, more thermally ones if it's colder. It's not been that cold at the moment. I dare say when it's colder I'll be wearing some sort of thermal socks. Maybe I'll talk about cold weather stuff in another video, but for now, plain old simple socks and boxers there. My shorts, these I have had many years. They're manufactured by a company called Mountain Equipment. Then that's not mountain biking equipment, that's mountain equipment, and I think they would call these I think they would call them like approach shorts. Yes, it actually does say, it says it's an approach short. I don't quite know what that means. There must be a definition of what an approach short is. I'm assuming it's something that you wear when you're approaching somewhere that you then maybe need to change into something a bit more mountain climbery specific or something. I don't know, whatever. I like wearing these. I wear them dog walking, don't I? I wear them hiking, walking, cycling. They're perfect for just a little like urban cross-country kind of ride that I've been doing recently, because they're not too baggy. The pocket's just perfect for the phone, nothing too shallow, nothing too deep so it flaps around or anything. I think I paid about 40 quid for these and I have worn them so much. Great pair of shorts. I'll try and put some links. They might be affiliates, they might not, but I'll try and put some links below. But I love these shorts. Cheap and cheerful, 100% polyester sort of layer. I have this sort of two-tone blue one and I have a black and grey one. I think I paid about $7.99 each for these in a mountain warehouse or something similar to that, maybe a Decathlon or something up in Sheffield years ago. And between the two of them, I think I wear them on 99% of my mountain bike rides, because they're in the summer, they're not heavy. They're not, it's polyester. They're not heavy. I can roll the sleeves up. There's plenty of breathability in there. And if I'm wearing a longer sleeve top, like a jacket, the long sleeve obviously keeps the just the sort of like the cool or the sweat away from the jacket. Perfect, if you ask me. Like I said, 7-8 quid. I don't know how much something like this would cost now, but I'll try and find some equivalents and put links below. This is probably the most cycling specific thing I had on today. This is a Dare to Be wind shell. I wear this a fair bit because when the temperatures are like that kind of 10, 12, 14 degrees, something like this just keeps the chill off. It just keeps the mud off this kind of thing as well, and it's easily washed. I think I paid about £20 for this. I'll see if I can find a link or the specific thing. This is called an eyeless wind shell. I've got to be honest, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that bit of writing on the bottom there. Eyeless wind shell. I bought it many years ago when I did my mountain bike leadership course, because one of the things that we kind of learned and were taught was that you need to have a layer that you can keep in your backpack, that you can get out for when you need to stop. If it's a bit cold, you want to keep the chill off you. If you've got to fix a puncture, you don't want that sweat cooling you down. You want to put an extra layer on. I tend to wear this when I'm just out and about doing a little, ride back and forth to the coffee shop. It's a great top. Again, I'll try and find some links. I didn't wear this yesterday, but I did just dig this out just to show you. If it was raining, this is probably what I'd be wearing. This is a Berghaus shell. I'm not sure that it's particularly waterproof, but I'm not sure what is these days, unless you're going to absolutely cook in it. But this is great just for keeping the mud off and any sort of like bits of drizzle and rain that you might come across, the puddles and whatever. I think I paid 40 quid for this in Go Outdoors, again, like maybe 5-6 years ago, something like that. And I've had so much wear out of it. And I think the thing with buying stuff that doesn't cost you a lot of money is you don't mind if they get caught on a bit of bramble or a bit of barbed wire, or if you fall off. I bought years ago this Montane jacket, which I now wear when I'm walking the dogs mostly, and it cost me like 130 quid. And the first time I wore it out on the bike, because kind of the reason I bought it, the first time I wore it out, I came very close to tearing it on some like thorns and stuff, and I decided, no, that's it. I'm not wearing it on there again, and I bought this cheaper one, which I cared a little bit less about. So that's the kind of the clothing I was wearing. And on my feet, I have got mountain bike specific shoes, and these are Adidas Trail Cross. I've had these for quite a few years now. I've got a couple of pairs of mountain bike shoes, and I kind of just cycle through them. One of the things I learned with trainers, like trainers and shoes, is that, you know, you could wear something, let's just say arbitrarily, you could wear something for 100 miles and then have to change it and get another pair for 100 miles. But if you like intersperse between the two, you might get 300 miles out of them. There's kind of some theory in that you've got to give the cushion time to sort of like come back. You don't get too much wear out of them regularly, and I think shoes do recover. I know it sounds a bit daft, but I think if you wore something like a pair of flip-flops, you know, they get thinner and thinner. If you wore them like every day, you would just wear them out so quickly. Whereas if you wear them and then you don't wear them, they will, you know, they'll come, a little bit of air gets back into that foam. So I think rotating between bike shoes is how I get the life out of mine. And I've got 3 pairs of bike shoes that I rotate, and I've got a new pair that I've hardly worn yet because I picked them up at an absolute bargain. But I've hardly worn them. And then helmet was this Troy Lee, I think it's called the A3, I'm not sure. I didn't buy Troy Lee because it's a cool brand. I bought Troy Lee because it fitted me. I've tried a number of different bike helmets, and to be honest, the Troy Lee design ones just fit my head perfectly. And the fact that I think they make actually quite stylish ones is a good thing. But if you have tried on helmets in shops, you'll know that some fit you better than others because we've all got different shaped heads. So anyway, that's it. I'm just over on the side here. I just got some other shorts that I just dug out because I was thinking about them earlier. While I've got these like mountain equipment ones here, I have got these which I bought from one of these like Chinese fashion sort of websites. This was called Light in the Box, I think. I got a black pair and a green pair. They are called Nukili. Nobody's ever heard of this brand, clearly. I bought 2 pairs of shorts for about 50 quid. They're nice. These are light again, like sort of stretchy. They dry out quickly and they're nice. But they are really baggy. I wear these if I'm wearing knee pads or something. These are nice comfy shorts. But I will be honest, the waistband is a little bit too elastic and they can actually sort of like pull down, and certainly if I put a phone in the pocket, even the weight of a phone will just pull them down a little bit. So that's those. And I thought, while I was talking mountain bike clothing, I thought I'd get my very first pair of mountain bike shorts out. These are Endura Humvees. I've had these 13 years, maybe a bit longer. They've been patched and sewn up a couple of times, but they've actually lasted longer than 2 other pairs of Humvee shorts I had. I had a blue pair and a black pair, which I don't know if they were the same make or whatever, the same, you know, because the same model, I should say. But they've long gone. The seams tore on those multiple times. I gave up trying to get them repaired, hence the reason I started buying cheaper shorts. and but I've still kept these. These have lasted longer than the newer ones. Now I don't know whether I wore out the newer ones because when I bought them I wore them more often, or whether Endura used to make better quality ones than they do today. I'm not sure. A pair of shorts like this will cost you today £65-70, and I don't know if the ones that you buy today will last as long as the ones that I bought yesterday. So anyway, that's what I wear on the bike. If you are at all interested in this kind of content, then that's great. I'll see you in another video.